Now, let's talk about China and China finding a way to do what the United States, Russia and plenty of other people haven't been able to do for a very long time, which is to take over Afghanistan. They can do so without firing a shot. Why? Because they are there with the money. They say they are going to help the Taliban rebuild that country, which of course will mean they then have a foothold in that part of the world. Kimberley, we talk about this when it comes to small South Pacific nations about how, oh, look, we'll lend you the money, we'll help you build all the stuff. And then, push came to shove, they'd militarise these things. The idea that Afghanistan is going to be funded with Chinese money to rebuild, it's an extraordinary sign of how things can change and you don't have to fire a shot, just bring out the credit card.
Mm. Well, Paul, I always worry when there are countries, we were there in Afghanistan helping to create a democracy, to help people, to give people rights that really they haven't had before and they probably won't have again. Well, hopefully the Taliban won't be there forever. But no, we were there to make it a democracy. And I always worry when you see a country go from the column of democracies to the column of authoritarian regimes. Correct. And of course, China is very interested in that. They're not interested in having a democracy there. They want to just be able to deal with the Taliban. And I have to say, they met the Taliban leader, met with the foreign minister, with Wang Yi. The Chinese foreign ministry uses some of the most belligerent language of any of the foreign ministries in the world. So I think China doesn't come to this with pure, in being pure of heart at all. And of course, that's a very complex geopolitical region. I mean, one of the reasons is that China wants to have Afghanistan there so that they can sort of negate India's influence. And obviously, Taliban's been a long-time ally. China's been a long-time ally of Pakistan as well. Pakistan and India have many differences. So really there's a way that China's trying to limit down India as well in this region. And I think that, India is one of our Quad partners. We want India to do well. It's a democracy. And we don't really want that imbalance where China has Afghanistan on the other side of India as well as Pakistan. I think this is a very serious problem.
Yeah, Campbell, I mentioned it at the start of the show where you've got councils that are now trying to pretend the cover of COVID is a reason to cancel Australia Day, including places that have literally the highest vaccination rates in the world. Now, while I can't stand the local councils who turn around and sort of choose Invasion Day over Australia Day, at least they're honest in why they're doing it rather than trying to bullshit their reasons for why they want to step back from it. What do you think needs to happen? Is there an opportunity here for a declaration from federal parliament, for the federal government to take back over Australia Day, the concept of the localised ceremonies, and take away the power of the local fiefdoms to be able to turn around and make these little statements that nobody is asked about before a local government election?
Well, I think we've got a couple of different things going on here. I mean, if you're talking about Australia Day and citizenship ceremonies, I'd just like to be very clear that the Commonwealth has that under control. That's what I'd like to see, that we don't have invasion days or they're trying to turn it into an invasion day ceremony or whatever. That is just not on. And the Commonwealth has the power to do that. And they have, I think, shown they're prepared to stand up on that one, which is good. The other issue, though, is that just a council celebrating the day, a community event, as was going to happen in the hills, or should be happening in the hills area of northwest Sydney. And, really there, I'd just say to the local community, for those that are watching, this is your council. It's a democracy. They're raining on your parade. Kick them out. Vote them out. And I was sad to see it reported that Liberals were involved. And I note, I think the mayor was the mayoral candidate. I'm not quite sure of the facts there.
They've got some connections.
Was being criticised by one of the state ministers. So good on the minister, because we've got to open up. We've got to get on with it. That's the policy in New South Wales. I wish it was more of the policy here in Queensland, by the way. Let us have a great day on Australia Day 2022 and celebrate, for the first time in a while.
Yeah, I mean, Warren, look, I'm sure you're as sick of it as the rest of us are, right? And here we are in October. I mentioned before about, Santa turning up in the shops way earlier, Easter buns, and here we are talking about Australia Day again. But this council pretending it's about COVID, please.
Look, it'll be a whole lot of rubbish, because we're going to be opened up in December. here we are, a month and a bit before the Australia Day. Look, anyone who's using COVID after Christmas this year is just playing games. We see cricket games, we see sporting venues now with people fully opened up and going to them. We see beaches, we do this. Look, I'm a bit, you're right, Paul, I'm a bit sick of this annual beat up over Australia Day. Australia Day is about a celebration of this nation and the achievements that it has done. Yes, we had a bad beginning. Yes, we had a lot of problems. Yes, we've done a whole heap of things, but we've got the institutions, the Westminster parliamentary system, which has brought, huge benefits to Indigenous people. We have you see the legal systems that we have, they're the ones who gave us native title. You look at a whole wide range. These are the things that we should be celebrating as a nation. We've had millions of migrants come to this country and really build the economy here post Second World War, and yet we're one of the greatest nations in the world with all the harmony in that, where people get on quite well and have a great time. I always say people aren't getting on boats to leave this country. People are coming to this country because we are a great country.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, we're taking refugees from China, not sending them to China. Exactly, a very good point.